What's going on, guys? HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we will be showcasing Superpower Snorlax and how it can be a really effective counter for Magnezone. Early in Premier Cup I was having a lot of difficulty with people running Magnezone in the lead, but with Superpower Snorlax I have seen a lot of really positive results, so I did want to show it to you guys. Alright, let's jump into the battles here. First one against Aista 1122. As with every battle this set, it is Snorlax into Magnezone. I choose to play this matchup by letting the Magnezone throw first. I'm going to build up energy until it throws. It does throw, and then I let the charge attack through. In this case, it's a mirror shot, so we correctly identified the bait, and we go straight for the Superpower. Not a lot of Snorlaxes run Superpower. They don't usually expect it. It does hit. It's super effective. He panic switches into Machamp. I counter swap into my Metagross here. Metagross isn't a great Machamp counter, but I do want to save my Electivire for the end to help close out the match. At this point I realize I'm using the wrong Metagross. My normal Metagross does have Meteor Mash and Earthquake. This is a single charge move that only has Flash Cannon, which is a really bad move for PvP. So I did mess up quite a bit there. So I'm just going for the Flash Cannon, hoping to draw the shield. We do get the shield, which is great. He's going to get to Cross Chop a lot faster than I do get to my Flash Cannon, so I am going to let this go. And I'm going to let Electivire mop up from here. Here with the Electivire, we do generate energy really quickly, so I do build up to an Ice Punch, trying to take it out. And it looks like that he unfortunately does decide to shield. A charge move comes through, I do decide to shield it, because Electivire cannot take hits very well. And I do try and farm down here. We are able to get the farm down, so we have a ton of energy on Electivire. And Magnezone comes in, we quickly go for the Ice Punch. It's not going to be super effective, but Magnezone is very glassy, so that'll take it out. And Metagross comes in, this is perfect. We build up to 2 wild charges here. And here we do see the true raw power of Electivire with these back-to-back wild charges, which are going to be more than taking out Metagross, which is a pretty tanky Pokemon. And so that is going to be a good game to my opponent. And here we hop into our second battle against Tommy Pichulan. And this video is going to be more of a sampling of a couple encounters that I did have with Magnezone in the lead, and seeing how I played him based on different situations. And interestingly enough, in this matchup, our opponent does decide to go just straight mirror shot. They don't even go for the pretense of a bait, so if they want to do mirror shot, it's not a very powerful move, so I'm just going to let them hit it and keep doing what they're doing there. They do go for the back-to-back mirror shots. I'm continuing to build up energy. We do get the attack debuff there, which is unfortunate. I have built up to 2 here. I'm going for the Body Slam bait at first to try and draw the shield. They usually shield this because I think it's an Earthquake, and then I have the Superpower right away. They typically don't shield this one because they don't want to be down by 2 shields. Superpower does come through, and that does a ton of damage, which is fantastic. So we're in a great state here. Our defense is reduced, so honestly, I'm going to let this go because I am up a shield. So I'm more than willing to give up Switch if I do have a shield advantage. And at this point, we are coming in with the Metagross. We're using the correct Metagross this time, and we are able to bullet punch it down. Machamp comes in. So this is a rematch of what we saw last game, but this time we do have the correct Metagross in, so it should be a bit better of a fight for us. Cross Chop comes in, we do decide to shield it. We do go for the Meteor Mash here, and this will definitely be shielded by the Machamp. And now it's just a race to the charge move here. He does a really nice switch into his Metagross. I come in with my Electivire because I'm still up a shield. And I believe that I should be able to shield up his Meteor Mash and get to 2 wild charges before he can get to another Meteor Mash, since I do outpace it. I do get to the 2 wild charges here. I do like to stack these moves, and so that way I feel the negative effects of the defense debuff quite a bit less. So I am able to get to both, which is fantastic. And so we do end up taking out the Metagross. The Machamp comes back in. Look at the damage there. Oh my goodness. Alright, charge attack coming through. And we just let this go since our defense is 4 times debuffed. We do go for the Meteor Mash. We lose CMP somehow. And so we just gotta hope. And we do survive the Cross Chop barely. And we do get to a Meteor Mash and we do take him out. So that game ended up being a bit closer than I needed it to be. But hey, win's a win. We'll take it. And we're hopping straight into the next battle here. And this battle showcases how I play if they do decide to double shield the Magnezone. As always, I am going to be building up to 2 Body Slams, and I am going to be letting the first charge move through. It is a wild charge, so I can tank that one. I do go for the Body Slam, and as always, 99 times out of 100 they do shield the Body Slam, and their second attack comes through. I do shield this up because if it is a wild charge, that would KO me, and it is a wild charge. I do go for the Superpower. More often than not, they don't shield this. In this particular situation, however, they do decide to shield it. So at this point, since my defense is debuffed, but I am up a shield, I am willing to concede switch advantage and let this go. And I'm going to be coming in with Gyarados, actually, and going for a very aggressive farm down since his defense is really debuffed. And he is able to get to the wild charge. Of course, I am going to be shielding up because that would be double super effective. So he does go for that. We do use our last shield, and we're able to farm down, and we do have quite a bit of energy on the Gyarados, which comes in handy in just a moment, because a Togekiss comes in, that's doing quite a bit of damage, but we are able to get to a Hydro Pump, which is going to take this Togekiss into the red, which is great. We do a quick swap into Metagross, get a Bullet Punch in, and his own Metagross comes in, which is perfect, because we now have an energy advantage, so we can outpace it to Earthquake, which we do, and this Earthquake is going to be KOing the Metagross when it lands, which it does, and then just the Togekiss comes back in, and one more Bullet Punch, and we do take the game. We're hopping into battle number 4 here, and this clip does showcase how I do decide to play if they are able to get off both charge moves before I can get my first Body Slam. So the first wild charge comes through. Of course, I am going to let that through. I go for the Body Slam. Look, we do CMP tie, which is unfortunate. I am going to shield this up because the wild charge would take me out. And honestly, going for the same strategy here. We are going for the Body Slam. They often think it's an Earthquake, so they will more often than not shield it, which they do. One more fast move gets us the Superpower. At this point, they oftentimes think it's a Body Slam, and it is the Superpower, and it takes them out, which is great since their defense is debuffed. They come in with their Gyarados, and they're going for a farm down here. I am able to get off a Body Slam, which does get some nice chunk damage. But with that Dragon Breath and with the Superpower lowering my defense, they are able to farm me down, which is unfortunate. They have a ton of energy. I do come in with my Gyarados, which does end up being a mistake, unfortunately, and you'll see why shortly. I do decide to shield up the Crunch here, because Gyarados is pretty glassy, and they actually have back-to-back crunches, which is not good. That is going to be taking us into the yellow, and at this point, we are going for a crunch of our own, and this should get his Gyarados down into the red, and then at this point, it'll just be a race to see if we can farm him down, which we are able to farm him down. And he has a Metagross in the back. That is not what we wanted to see, because at this point, we can't really switch into our Metagross, because he already has energy, so he'll be able to outpace us to an Earthquake and take us out. So I am trying to get to a second Crunch, and we're just taken out before we can. So at this point, nothing much I can do. His Metagross comes through with an Earthquake, which will basically take us out. Yep, takes us down to 1 or 2 hits, and that's going to be a good game there. And here we have Battle 5, the last battle we're showcasing here. By now you do know the formula. We are building up energy until they do decide to throw. So the charge move does come through. We're going to no-shield this. It is a wild charge, but honestly that's okay by us. We do go for the Body Slam bait. Since their defense is lower, they do have to respect the Earthquake, so we are going to catch a shield here. And then we're going straight for the Superpower. I didn't have enough time to build up to a Body Slam and an Earthquake, so they let this go, but it is a Superpower. Their defense is lowered, and they're taken out. They come in with Dragonite. They're just farming us down. We are able to get the Body Slam off, which is great, because it doesn't do much, but every little bit of damage does help, and the Dragonite is able to farm us down. Next up, we're going to be coming in with our Metagross, and Metagross does have a pretty favorable matchup against Dragonite, and we are going to be shielding this up, and we do shield the Hurricane, which is awesome. Hurricane does quite a bit more damage than Dragon Claw. We do go for the Meteor Mash here, and at this range, Meteor Mash would either KO the Dragonite or get the shield, and it looks like he does decide to let it go. He comes in with his own Metagross. At this point, basically the only chance he has is if I throw a Meteor Mash and he correctly does not shield it. So I throw an Earthquake to not let that happen. He does shield the Earthquake. And since I do have a Gyarados in the back, I'm going to let this go. And turns out it's a Meteor Mash, so it doesn't even kill me. I quick swap into Gyarados, I have a shield advantage, and my opponent does exit the match. And so a good game's there. And there we do have it. We did end up going 4-1 out of those 5 battles with Magnezone leads. I'll be honest, to start Premier Cup, I was having a lot of trouble with Magnezone, but with switching to Superpower on my Snorlax, that has turned my fortunes around quite a bit. Anyways, I hope you guys did really enjoy the video. I definitely appreciate you watching. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next one.